How can I start a Mafia family? Well, Lawrence, starting one is rather difficult, but the good news is joining one is surprisingly easy. All you have to do is get married. When two people fall in love and get married, you enter into your spouse's family hierarchy at the very bottom. Your role in marriage is known as an associate. Your main role is to take orders and not ask questions. Because you're not of the family pure blood, you'll unfortunately be stuck in this role permanently. So you spend most of your marriage running errands and taking orders such as fetching sandwiches for the bosses, driving the bosses around, or delivering and coordinating package pickups and drop-offs. You may even be subjected to embarrassing tasks, such as getting out of the car and standing next to the corn to see if it's knee-high by the 4th of July. Yes, I really had to do that. At the next level are your soldiers. These are going to be your spouse's brothers and sisters, aka your brother-in-law or sister-in-law. The good news is they don't have much more power than you, so you actually build a pretty good rapport with them as you're usually all taking orders together. So now we're going to get to the third level of the marriage hierarchy, which is the capos. The capos are going to be the aunts and the uncles in the family. If you were to one day, disappear, it would most likely be at the hands of these people. Now, how can you bond with your capos to build a healthy relationship? Well, first, you're going to want to make sure that you compliment their trail cam photos. They're going to love sending pictures of deer they caught on their trail cams, so make sure you compliment those antler points. You also need to help them with their computer problems. Now, you yourself don't have to be a computer expert. As long as you know basic uses of a computer, you'll be just fine. Now we're going to really start getting up the chain. Next up, we have the consigliere. This is going to be the special advisor to the family, really the boss's right-hand man. It's also known as your father-in-law. He's going to be third in command here, and he's usually the one giving the direct orders to the rest of the family. Now, obviously, you're going to want to get on the good side of your family's consigliere. So how can you do this? Well, here's a few tips. Learn how to use a compass, as well as know the difference between starboard and port side. These are going to be very useful when you're given directions and orders to follow. You're also going to want to become an expert in lawn maintenance. This is one of the most important values of a father-in-law. So make sure you know how to mow straight lines and know how to take care of moles. Next up, we have the underboss. The underboss is the one who's being groomed to one day take over the family themselves. This is the second in the chain of the hierarchy and is also your spouse. Now this throws a lot of people off. Wouldn't your spouse be the top of the hierarchy? Oh no. That would be a big mistake. Now your spouse has the ear of everyone below her, so you really need to be on your best behavior. This is especially true if they're an only child, because everything they say and do can never be wrong. Now how can you get on your wife or your spouse's good side? Well, as you can see, this slide is blank, so we're just going to be moving on. So who is at the top? Who is the most important member of the family hierarchy? Who is the one who controls everyone's destiny? Who is she who shall not be named? That would be your mother-in-law, aka the boss. Now there are two things you need to know about the boss. One, she is always listening. And two, everything goes through her. Have airline or rewards points? Not anymore. Did you have extra Kohl's cash lying around? Well, you can kiss that goodbye. Given that she is the most important member of the family, you're definitely going to want to get on her good side. So here are some tips. You need to know what type of zone of plants are supported in your area. You can't be buying a zone 1 if you live in a zone 5. Also, what's the difference between a convection and a conventional oven? And mother-in-laws love their sweets, so make sure you know when's the time and the place for a sponge versus a genoise or a chiffon. Well, this was a quick lesson in marriage, but what did we learn today, Lawrence? Well, we learned that starting your own mafia family is rather hard, but once you get married, you'll be able to join one. And life as an associate, unfortunately, isn't very glamorous, but it's not so bad. And besides, in life, you just gotta roll with the punches that are thrown at you. All right, Lawrence, you take care of yourself, and God bless. And remember, she is always listening, and everything goes through her.